Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing fabulous today. Listen, I feel like we have not really sit down, catch up, girl to girl or girl to guy for a while. So today I just wanted to do a chill sit down video where we just catch up. I asked you to send me questions on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's _Alicia_Kim. Make sure you follow me there. That's where I post like my stories, give you day-to-day updates, and also if I need you to send me questions, that's where I usually ask. So I asked you to send me questions, topics, and you did. I got a lot of questions, and majority of those questions, I kid you not, is about dating. Are you dating? Are you open to dating? Will you date again? 50% of the questions are surrounding dating, so I'll be going into that. I got questions about mental health, about me moving to a new state, how am I liking it, also about friendships and dating, just questions from different areas of life, and I think it's a nice little selection of questions, so I'll be going through as much as I can with you today. If you're new over here, I am Alicia Kim. Welcome to my channel. Sit back, relax, enjoy the vlog. And to my big up crew, go on, do you know I love you already, right? Let's start off with the dating questions. It's like it's a lot. This one says, are you dating? This person, it wasn't a question, they commanded you should start dating again. So what I will say is that for me, I kinda have not been, how do I put this now? So there are aspects of my life that will never touch social media again. I will never, my channel is not about my dating life. It's not about a man. It's not about appeasing a man. It's not about the male gaze. It's not about how to attract a man. It's all about girl time, finding yourself, doing things to embrace my individuality, being creative, doing very mundane day-to-day things. That's what my channel Alicia Kim is about. That is what Alicia Kim is about. But what I will say is that as someone coming off the heels, or as a divorcee, as a divorced woman, I think I took a lot of lessons from that, and I have applied it to who I am now. And basically what I've learned is that I cannot place too much, how can I put this? I have gotten to a place where I love my individuality. I love having my own little hobbies. I love doing my own little thing. I love my own space from time to time. I love experiencing new things, like things that I do have nothing to do with a man. As you guys will see, I read, I color, I cook, I explore new places by myself, I try new things by myself. So it has nothing to do with a man, because I think, honestly, when you set your life up in such a way that everything you do it with a partner. Everything you experience it with a partner. Everywhere you go with a partner. Every hobby you do it with your partner. It becomes a lot, not only for you, but for the partner as well, because I'm sure they want their own little individuality. They want time with their friends. They want to do things. So I think as a women, yes, we all need a partner, we need love, we need affection, we need to be cared for. We need that. We're human beings. But all I'm saying is that I've gotten to a place where I think having your own thing going on is very important. It doesn't have to have anything to do with a man at all. It's just about you and how you can make yourself happy. If you've been through a divorce, you've ended a relationship, I would say it's not that I'm saying a man is not important or relationships are not important. All I'm saying is focus on you. The right person will find you in the right time, and once you can bring your best self to that relationship, then it will flourish. So the next question is, how are you mentally? I love that you guys always check in on me mentally. A few of you guys asked that. How are you mentally? How are you doing mentally? And I must say, I've been open with you about my journey with therapy. And to be honest, some days I'm great, some days I'm not. Some days I feel just light and encouraged and motivated, and some days I don't. And that's the reason I hold the therapy so close to me, making sure I'm doing my check-in so that my mental health is where it needs to be. Therapy is basically an outlet that gives you a safe space where you can explore things that may be weighing you down, whether it's current events or past traumas that are resurfacing now. Therapy gives you that outlet where you can explore these things to make sure they are not having power over you, and to make sure that you can understand these struggles and life events so you can begin to heal and get over them. And through therapy, we can begin to sort through the many different battles that we may be facing. For me, sometimes it's procrastination, there is self-doubt, whether you're going through a breakup or you've been through a breakup and you're just trying to get to a period where you are now your best self and you're living your best life, whether it's childhood trauma. There's so many different battles that as human beings we face, and I think therapy is that tool that can help us to sort through them and begin to conquer our fears and conquer whatever it is that's weighing us down. And that is where today's sponsor, BetterHelp, comes in. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of today's video. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that allows you to get access to a licensed professional, a licensed therapist that you can begin your therapy sessions. And once you sign up, again, it's all online based. You go online, you complete a questionnaire so you are matched with the right therapist for you. Once you complete that questionnaire, then shortly after you get matched and you can begin booking your first therapy session. And trust me, for me, when I booked my first session, I was a bit apprehensive. I didn't know what to expect, but they make it a safe space, as I mentioned before, so you can begin just talking, opening up, and explore different methods that you can kind of tackle your challenges. Also, if you find that the therapist you're matched with is not right for you, you can always switch them, try someone else at no additional cost to you at all. My favorite thing about BetterHelp, again, is that it's online based. So I can literally sit in my couch and complete a therapy session. If I'm on the road, I'm driving, I can pull up my phone, complete a therapy session just in my car. You can also check in with your therapist through text, so it's very convenient. So if you think that therapy is right for you, go ahead, use my link in the description, or you can visit betterhelp.com/Alicia Kim to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Now let's get back into these questions. When is it okay to start dating after a public breakup? The next day, a joke or not? There's no set time frame to start dating. If you've had a public breakup, I wouldn't say go out and make your new relationship public the next month, but I would say that there's no timeline on it at all. I would hope that you do the work and make sure you're over that breakup and you're not just using one relationship to get over the next. But really and truly, there is no specific time of when it's okay to date again. Some people may say 6 months, a year, 2 months, 3 months. It's all about you, and it's all about the connection that you are feeling with the person that you're looking to date. And dating doesn't really always mean intimacy. Dating can just mean you going out, having a good time, and trying to figure out what you want and who you want it with. So there's nothing wrong with dating at all. But if it was a public breakup, you want to make sure that kind of die down a little bit before, if at all, you make your next one public again. This one says, how do you deal with other person's negative thoughts about you, right now I just let it roll off my shoulder, roll off my back. To be honest, there was a time when it affected me. It affected me a lot, especially being on social media, putting my life on social media. It definitely affected me, and it would make me very sad. It would affect my day, it will ruin my days at times. But as I have matured, I realize I can do so many things about it. I can log off social media, like don't engage. And I realize that people who, because we're human beings, and we all have negative thoughts sometimes. Oh, I don't like her hair. I don't like her makeup. I don't think that lipstick is cute. We all have those thoughts. But I think taking that extra step to comment it and be mean to somebody because you wanted to hurt them, I think that's an extra layer, and it tells a lot about the individual making that comment. So I realize that it's not really about me. It's about the individual. It's about something that they are going through, because for when you feel bad, they feel good. And if you're that kind of individual, there's something really wrong with you. There's something twisted that I cannot solve that for you. So now I make sure that I don't give the satisfaction to these negative comments. I'll take a break from social media at any given time. I'll take a break. I will again log off. I don't engage, and I simply ignore. Not that sometimes even though I may read certain comments and I feel like I need to vindicate myself. I need to say, no, that's not true, and I need to address it. But I realize that not everything needs to be addressed, and people are entitled to their opinion. In this world that we live in, it cannot be 100% positive at all. Everyone will not have the same opinion. We are not the same. We don't have the same personalities. And that's okay. So even if the negative thoughts are coming from friends and family and people in real life, we do have the ability to cut those people off. Like, I don't need you in my space. I don't need to call you to hear you tell me negative things about me. I don't need to visit you or have you visit me so you can come up with negativity all the time. And I think that is also an important thing. Like, we need to know when certain relationships are not serving us and when to step away from certain people, because certain people only bring negativity toward us. And we have to know when it's time that, yeah, this person, they don't really mean us any good. There are people that they'll use under the guise of, oh, it's a joke, to be hateful toward you, to give negative comments all the time. There are some people, they never give you a compliment, but they are quick to point out your downfall. You got to be careful of those people. You have to limit your interactions about those people. And sometimes it's not only the people that spew negativity toward you. Be careful of those that spew negativity toward others. So yes, they may not be saying anything negative about you. Yes, your friend may hype you up and all that, but every time you're around each other, that friend is talking about somebody else in a negative way. You got to be careful of that friend. Chances are they're talking about you negatively as well. And also, why would you want to surround yourself with someone that has this negative aura, negative energy all the time? Why would you want to surround yourself with somebody who has nothing positive to say about the world, about people at all? Those are people that I've just kind of cut off or limit my interactions with. I also find that if at this point in my life, if all you talk about is negativity, gossip, nothing positive, not even a little tops of positivity, I don't need to speak to you. Especially, I don't need to speak to you every day. I need to limit my interaction with you. So when it comes on to negativity, I really don't have a lot of room for it, because I know it affects me. It seems simple, but when I watch things that are positive and when I speak to people who fuel me with positivity, I just feel light, I feel motivated, I feel inspired. And when I'm surrounded by negativity, I just feel like I'm tired, I'm weighed down. So I've just, at this stage in my life, I choose positivity every single time. So this one says, do you think it's selfish for a lady to pour that love in herself instead of that she would give her partner in a union? That kind of leans into what I was talking about earlier, right? Individuality. So absolutely not. I don't think it's selfish to pour love into yourself. I think it's selfless to pour love into yourself. It's imperative, it's necessary to pour love into yourself. But you cannot neglect pouring love into your partner at all. Like, your partner, they need love, they need affection, they need to know you care. They also don't want to feel like, oh, they're not good enough for you at all. They can't give you what you need to be happy. So you have to strike that balance. However, I personally think that it's very important to pour love into yourself. Do what makes you happy individually so that you can bring your best self to your partner and to your union. Because, for example, if you don't love yourself, if you don't know what it is that's needed for you to feel love, to feel wanted, to feel whole, then how would your partner know? How would your partner know? Like, if your partner have to spend every waking breath making you happy, calling you 24/7, talking to you 24/7, then that has to be draining, to be honest. So I think it's imperative to pour love into yourself, but do not do it at the detriment of your relationship. So you have to kind of tweak it and understand the give and take of it, but always make time in your day for your partner. Always give your partner that love and affection. Men, they want to feel special. They do. They act like they don't, but they really do. They want to feel special, and they absolutely want to feel wanted and needed. Yeah, men need that. So you have to make it work. But selfishly, I am going to say you have to pour into you, number one, so you can be able to pour into your partner and pour into someone else. Hi, good night. My question is, do you think you would ever consider moving back to Florida? It's so weird because I was having this conversation today. And I was asked, will you be coming back to Florida? I'm not ruling it out, but it will not be anytime soon. I want to give this new this new state a chance. I want to give this new journey a chance. I want to make sure I give New Jersey everything that I have to give it. And yeah, I'm not worried about Florida, to be honest. I know it's snowing today and it's very cold, and it is taking a lot of adjusting. I've gotten sick so many different times. And the cold, I miss wearing my flip-flops, my little leggings, my little tops, my little skirts, little shorts. I miss it. I kid you not, I'm not lying. I will not lie about it. I miss the ease and the breeze of the weather. And yeah, I going out and layering up, it's a lot. But I like it here in New Jersey. So if I do move back to Florida, it will be a different part of Florida for sure. And it wouldn't be anytime. It wouldn't be anytime, no. What was your experience like in PR? I love Puerto Rico. Love, love, love. I will be going back. I want to go back. Let me tell you, if you are planning a trip within the United States and you're thinking about Miami, go to Puerto Rico instead. The culture is there. There's so much to do, so much to explore. The food is really good. Like, almost, I would say 95% of the food that I tasted, top tier, tasted really good, authentic. And I love the culture. I love the people. And again, there's so much to explore, so much to do in terms of touristy activities, but there is so much culture as well, like Old San Juan, the buildings, and I like it. So If you're an American, I think you just need your driver's license. You don't even need your passport at this point to go. Hop on a plane, book a flight, explore Puerto Rico. It's beautiful. The beach is beautiful. The water is pristine. It's just, I don't know. I was out there living my best life. I was laid up on the beach reading my book, and it's a vibe. And I want to take the time out to say thank you guys so much for just your support, because these experiences in life, I'm able to not only experience them, but I'm able to share it with you as well. I'm just thankful for your support overall. When do you see yourself transitioning from YouTube as a job? That's a good question. I don't know. Whenever YouTube isn't serving me, just like any other job, whenever it's not serving you, whenever you feel like it's not fueling your passion, then you know you got to resign. And I think it's the same for YouTube. I love doing my own thing. I love being my own boss. I love being in control of my time. I can get up, I can go on vacation, I can book a flight anytime that I want. Like, that's a luxury, and I don't take it for granted at all. Being able to do social media as a full-time job, I know that I'm very lucky, one, and I think it's a privilege that not everyone has. It's not a job that everyone would want to have at all, but I personally, I love it. And right now, I don't see when that transition would happen, but I'm not opposed to it at all. I'm also not opposed to doing something else while doing my YouTube, because again, I have that flexibility. So I kind of love that for me. The flexibility is top tier. Love the flexibility. Love that I don't have to answer to anybody. It does get lonely. You don't have coworkers. You don't clock in. You don't get to talk with your neighbor in a cubicle over there or anything. But I like it. I think it's for me. I think I was made for entrepreneurship. I didn't know that YouTube would be it. But right now, this is what it is, and I like it. So the transition, I don't know. I don't see it right now at all. And I think the reason is I do this because I love it. I don't do it for fame. I don't do it for anything else. I do it because I genuinely care for it, and I genuinely like it. I like sharing my life. I like sharing with you. I like just, doing my own thing. So I don't know. What television series are you currently watching? Well, no, I'm not hooked on any specific series, but I was watching Ozark. Why nobody told me about that series? Obsessed. I finished, I think, all 4 seasons. The ending, I was so mad. I was so mad at the ending. Like, but that series it's different from what I usually watch. But loved it. It's on Netflix. You can check it out. Ozark. What else have I been watching? I've been watching Fairly Odd Parents, Powerpuff Girls, Family Matters, just random TV. Ooh, I watched apple cider vinegar on Netflix, and I was watching Scamanda on Hulu. I love a lot of true crime, so I'm always watching my true crime, my 2020, 48 hours, things like that. So I'm kind of all over the place. What's your advice to introverts in a new space or location? That's a great question for me, because I'm an introvert in a new space. I think as an introvert, it's going to always be hard for us to just walk up to people and start a small chit chat conversation. It's going to be difficult. So I would say for me, I haven't focused my efforts on making friends, which that may sound not the best, but I haven't focused my efforts on making friends. I focused my efforts on trying new things in my new location, my new space. I try to explore new things, go to restaurants, try new activities, and focus my efforts on that. And then in the midst of it, people are always going to come up to you, ask you things. You may need to ask people things. When you do get those human interactions, I would say don't shy away from it. Lean into it. If you have to put on a professional aura or tap into an out of body element of you just to have those little small talk interactions with people. Do that. Do what you have to do to kind of lean out of your introvert self. I know it's difficult, but for example, one thing I learned about small talk is don't ask people questions that is a one word answer. Or if someone asks you, how are you? Don't just be like, I'm fine, and end it. Ask back the people them a question, no? Like, try to move the conversation forward. So instead of how are you can say, how has your day been? What has been the best part of your day today? If you're in a new restaurant, you can talk with the waitress. So, how do you like the food here? Is there anywhere around the area that you like to explore? Things like that. And I realized too, I know that people say when you're in a new space, try to be careful, don't ask too much questions. I don't know. Yes, I am being careful and all of that. But at the same time, I think if you're already an introvert, you already don't have friends, you cannot live with fear. You just have to live and hopefully nobody captures you and take you away. You have to live. You can't live your life in a box and just be fearful all the time and be afraid of people and see the worst in humanity, because you can really miss out. So I would say focus on doing your solo outings, go to the park, go to a new restaurant, try a new activity, and then take it from there. How has it been adjusting to New Jersey, and do you miss anything about living in Florida? I was talking about that earlier. The only thing I miss about Florida is the weather, but I love New Jersey. I love it here. Yeah, so I've been adjusting. I think I adjusted really quickly, to be honest. I think once you live in America, once you've come to America, whichever state you come to, I think you are indoctrinated in a way, and so wherever you move to, it's kind of easy to fall in. So the adjustment to New Jersey it has not been hard at all. I think the hardest part for me is the weather, the cold, the snow. When you don't live here, you romanticize it. Oh, I can't wait to experience the snow. I can't wait to see the snow. When you're here and it's snowing every other day, and you have to be dressing in so many different layers and bundling up and a scarf and a glove, it gets a little bit overwhelming and you shed a little tear because you miss the warm weather. But apart from that, I love it here in Jersey. How do you stay positive when you feel like life is falling apart? For me, the past year or two, I've been leaning into my faith so much. So whenever I feel like life is falling apart, I pick up my Bible. And I lean into God. I pray. For me, there's something about a prayer that's kind of soothe my heart and my frustrations. There's something about opening the Bible. I've been doing this thing where I just open the Bible to a random scripture, and I'm telling you, 8 times out of 10, it's something that I can relate to. It's something that's meaningful. And whenever I'm feeling down, whenever I'm feeling lonely, whenever I'm feeling lost, whenever I'm feeling hurt, whenever I'm feeling neglected, whenever I'm feeling happy, whenever I accomplish something new, I am actively practicing to lean on God. And you lean a little bit more when you feel like things are not going your way, when you feel like life is falling apart. For me, God is the answer. My Bible is the answer. And also self-help books. My personal favorite, the one I have, is Atomic Habits. And I don't know, there's something about reading that book that makes me want to get up and conquer the world and feel like I can change my life in a day. So I do lean into self-help books, and I color. I love coloring. I know it's not for everybody. Some people think it's kiddish, it's childish, but whenever I color, the world literally stops for me. All I'm focused on is coloring within the lines and getting my artwork pretty and beautiful. So I color. I feel like it is such a good stress reliever. If you have not tried it, try it. So I do that, and I also journal. I kind of write down my thoughts, my feelings, and that helps me as well. Whenever I feel like, I just need a little pick me up, I'm feeling down, and I listen to music. I vibe out. One of the artists that I love listening to is Massacre. Love Massacre. I don't know, it's just a vibe about him, his music that I listen to. That's the dancehall end. I listen to Christian gospel music. One of my favorites were It's Turning Around for Me. I used to listen to that song every day before anything was turning around, like in the midst of my despair. That song motivated me so much. So there are little things that you can do to keep yourself going. Don't, I would say, when you feel despair, you feel like your life is falling apart, it's good that you're asking me this, because you need to lean into things that will make you feel better. Don't wallow in your despair at all. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Try and do at least one thing that makes you feel better during your day, during your time of despair. At least one thing. At least have a minute of the day where your heart feel calm and your mind is at ease and at rest. What advice would you give to someone who has recently migrated from Jamaica to the US? I would say get off the ground running. This is not your time to cock up your foot and lay down. My advice may be a little bit skewed because I have had experiences where how I did things, I'm happy I did it that way. But I would say if you move from Jamaica to America, enjoy the newness of it. America is a huge place. There's so many different things. You can try new foods like different restaurants, Chick-fil-A. You can try foods, fast food restaurants that you've always wanted to try. You can try the American KFC. You can try Jamaican restaurants up here. You can do activities that you may not have been doing in Jamaica, like golfing, going bowling, like different things that you may not have experienced. Experience and live. Go to the mall, experience that. I remember when I came and I went to the mall, it was just huge and so much shopping. I was in awe. And then next, make sure you learn to drive. Conquering the road is going to be a plus. So you're not locked up in the house if there is anyone to drive you around. Work on getting your license and work on getting a job. My advice may be skewed because of life experiences, but when you come here, I remember when I came here and I started looking for a job, someone said to me, there's no rush. You don't need to rush to look for a job. Take your time, enjoy the place, enjoy your newness and everything. And I'm like, no, I need a job. I need to work. I need to work. And I'm happy that I took that approach, because there's nothing like your independence. Even though you're coming here, there may be someone that filed for you. There's someone that you're dependent on. There's nothing like your independence. Trust me. And again, I don't know, but that's my thought. If you need to further your education, take a few months, enjoy the newness and everything, but get on that. Try and see how you can get enrolled in some type of program to further your education. If not, see how you can get a little work from home job to begin with, or get just a regular job to begin with, to have your own source of income. Again, I am big on your own sense of individuality, not neglecting your partner, not neglecting your family, but just having your own just in case. It cannot hurt. It has to be a positive thing. It can't hurt having your own at all. But overall, you come from Jamaica, a small little island, to big America. Enjoy it, explore it, and just know that the opportunities are endless, and the potential for you changing your life, it's there. and you can be anything that you want to be. You can change the trajectory of your life, and you can just explore this new place and be anything that you want to be and accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. What are your thoughts on woman empowerment? Do you think women can come together? Absolutely. I think women are together. I think woman empowerment is no more than ever. I think it is thriving. I think it is prevalent, and I think it is needed and it's necessary. Woman supporting a woman, there's nothing like it. And I think we like to say, women tear down each other. Of course, you're gonna have the selected few who tear down each other, bash each other, of course. But no one supports a woman more than another woman. Like, women support women. Women know, say, you sell a Christmas cake in December time, they're buying from you. Women know you sell clothes, they're buying from you. Even me and this platform, women have supported me so much. And I think it helps when a woman can empower you by sharing their story or giving you a word of encouragement, or say, I was in this place and I made it out. So woman empowerment can look different based on what you are seeking, but I think it is happening. It's happening every single day, sometimes in the slightest little way. You have to see the empowerment from your fellow sister, your fellow woman. You have to be in a state of mind where you can see the goodness in your fellow woman and take the empowerment. Like, not every woman empowerment, not every act of empowerment will look like someone literally preaching to you and say, you can do this, I did that. But it can be just a woman living her life. It can be just a woman in her feminine era, living her life, putting her best foot forward, taking care of her kids, doing her job, being the CEO of a company, just breaking barriers, tearing down walls, and just holding her head up high on a daily basis. That's a powerful woman, and you have to see the empowerment in that. So again, yeah, I know girls can be catty, whatever, but in my opinion, no one supports a woman more than a woman, and no one will be there for you more than another woman, in my opinion. I think there's some things men will never understand. Some things we go through, a man will never understand. Some things we experience, a man will never understand, and vice versa. So that's why men, they lean into them brethren, and we lean into our female or friends and family and whatever it is. So I think woman empowerment is very important. I think as a women, we have to, sharing is very important. Opening up is very important. There was a time, I think, when we were younger, the older women, they used to keep a lot of things hidden and we didn't know much. I think now people are more open, and especially with social media, people are more open with like their struggles, whether with illness or with jobs or with their bodies and weight and so many different things. Every single day, there's a woman encouraging another woman to be her best self. So we just have to be open to see the positive in what people are doing and kind of find the empowerment in that, and also find the empowerment in ourselves, because we are all powerful, and we all have something to bring to the table, and we are all inspiring in our own way. I know there is something that you conquered and you're proud of it. And if you see your fellow woman going through something, don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to, don't minimize who you are then. You don't have to be Oprah to be an empowering woman. You don't have to be Michelle Obama. You don't have to be a Beyonce, a Rihanna. You can just be I can just be Kim. And there's something inspiring in my story, me living my everyday life. There's something in your neighbor's story, her living her everyday life. Your sister's story. Like, I think sometimes we look to, again, the Michelle Obamas and the Oprahs of our world. But you know, your sister is an empowering woman. She takes care of her kids. She does her job and she does it well. She carries herself well. Your mom can be an empowering woman. So we have to look, if, or I'd say, if we stop to look in our immediate surroundings, we will see that we have powerful, empowering. It sounds so weird. We have powerful women around us every single day. And yeah, I think I do believe in woman empowerment. I think we have to stick together and we have to help each other and we have to motivate each other. So yeah. So that's all the questions that I will be answering for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the chit chat I did. I think the questions were very good questions. So hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, leave a like before you go. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.